What's up, everyone? They pride themselves in being the keepers of the secrets, the keepers of the ancient mysteries, the enlightened ones, meaning they know way more than you do about the reality you live in. That's the whole point of this club, is power, knowledge that others don't have, makes them more powerful than you. So here we go. We have the sun and moon, the same height from the ground, roughly the same size. The next depiction will be the same theme throughout these pictures. Sun and the moon, roughly the same size. You have Jacob's ladder. And we got their apron. That's our Gmail logo nowadays. And the trowel and the Bible right here. Noah's Ark right here. Notice it's one of the highest things. Alright, one of the other highest things is to the beehive, to be a busy worker, to never be idle, to always be busy as a worker bee, working for the good of the hive. The ark, and we have the Bible. They are at the top with the Trinity, ascends to heaven. This is the gate to heaven. But they've chose the inverted path, the path where they're given everything while they're here in this mortal life. Anyway, here we go. Sun and moon. We're moving on. Moon, sun, same height, same size. Okay? You see the pyramid and the pyramid up here, but this pyramid is the dome. That's what it represents. The sun's right here. This is God. But this is the dome. Of course, the pillars, as always. And you have your globe Earth on a pedestal. And you have astrology on a pedestal. George Washington, the 8th President of the United States, taught to us and glorified in all history books as being the first president. He was the first Freemason president. But he was not the first president. There were 7 sitting presidents of Congress-elect before George Washington. Okay? They glorify Pythagoras. They do things in disguise. They speak through symbols and numbers and handshakes known as grips and gestures with their hands and their arms. Here we go. The sun, the moon, higher than everything in the world, but underneath God's looking glass, underneath the dome. Noah's Ark, Tower of Babel, or Babel, if you will. It's where we get the term Babel. There's Jacob's ladder. Alright, these people are the most powerful people in the world. They run almost every nation of the entire world. They own every major corporation in the world. They own all media. The name media is the name of the first nation that ever defied God. And here we are, all the way fast forward to today, using media. There's your Gmail logo, the Mason apron, the Masonic apron. When you have your pentagrams, your sheriff stars, and all. We already started with this guy. We'll move along. Here's another one. You'll notice the pyramid, the triangle. It's why you always see it in all their depictions. People wonder about pyramids. What do they mean and this and that? Pyramids are a depiction of the dome. Notice the serpent is in God's position. You know, they want Satan, that old serpent, the dragon, the devil. He said in the Bible, I will be like the Most High. And you have your sun and moon, the same size. You have your beehive at the bottom. We have another depiction, same theme. You have the globe. You have astrology. You have the sun and the moon. And God looking through the dome above all things. God looking through his looking glass, which is the dome, at the sun and the moon. This is the Bible, because they're aware of the fact that the God of the King James Version Bible is the creator of all things, including you. You are an invention. We are all inventions. And I would recommend that in your lifetime, you learn to love and embrace it and perform the way you were intended to perform. If you invent something at your house and you craft it with your hands and you build it, and it decides it doesn't want to do what you made it to be, or it just, of course it doesn't have personality, so let's say it just doesn't perform the way you want it to, the way you desired for it to when you designed and made it. You don't owe that invention anything. You don't owe that invention an apology or mercy or shame or guilt or sorrow. You can destroy your invention. You can throw it in the trash can. You can set it on fire. You could disassemble it and craft it into something new. You could do anything you want with it, and nothing you do with it is wrong. Get that through your head. He didn't make you to have your opinion over his. He invented us to do what we're intended to do, to please him. Check this picture out. You have the sun and the moon, the same height. All right? You have the dome. God's looking through the dome. You have the globe on the pedestal and astrology on the pedestal. Does that really, really, really look like a woman? So, not only do we have all of this in the foreground, in the background you have what is plain as day, the flat earth. And you also have the explanation of why the sun doesn't have to become tiny and vanish before it goes what we call below the horizon in our view. The clouds answer that question for you before you even ask. The clouds stay large as they meet what you call the horizon line of your view. They are not touching the horizon down there, and we're all aware of that. The sun and moon work the same way. They are large enough in the sky that they don't become microscopic in our view. That's a nice one there. Now, this one's interesting. This particular guy, who is a Mason, posted a blog about his discoveries into mastering his craft. And he came up with this on his own and put it on a blog. And so, figure I'd show that. That is the sun and the moon. Does that remind you of something? What does that look like on first glance? Even just look slightly away from it. And what does it depict to you? That's what the space shuttle looks like. So yeah, here we go. We got the sun and the moon the same height above the ground. The Bible in the middle. Moving on. This is a Baphomet sun worship. The sun is the head. He's standing on their checkerboard floor. His legs are the pillars. There's the globe earth and astrology at the top of the pillars, just like they should be, hidden by the apron. He's in regalia. Here we are, another one. The sun and the moon is roughly the same size, the same height in the picture. There's another thing, like a pendant or whatever, and it's the same deal. The sun and the moon, the same height above everything. There's the skull and bones. There's the law system that is 100% under their control. It's the legal system in America. They want to rule the world with their law that they call order. Whenever they don't control somewhere, they call it the law of the jungle. It's only when they're in control of it that they declare that it's orderly, or order. And the sun and the moon, same height. The 7 stars. God looking through the dome. Through the dome. The dome is his looking glass. The checkered floor. We got the pentagram. You know the pound sign we use. No, it doesn't mean what you think it means. Here's the gateway to Freemasonry. You have to die and be born again into Freemasonry. Be rebirthed. What does that sound like? An imitation of the Bible. So, yeah, they're highly aware of the fact that the earth is flat. Make no mistake about it. They know it's flat. And they know that what they teach on purpose is purposed misleading. They teach astrology as astronomy, and they teach, and I know they don't actually teach people that those things are gods and da-da-da, but they name all of their things. They honor all of their missions. They honor all of their machinery after stars and planets, they call them, and all those things. Those are gods to them. And they're just teaching them in a scientific version to people to honor their gods, some of their many gods. Paganism has many gods under Satan. Does this look like a nice eye, a happy eye? Yeah, it looks like a powerful ruler, an evil ruler, and they look at God as evil because he didn't give them the knowledge. He didn't give man the knowledge of good and evil, but he allowed us to have it. He gave us choice. We could have stayed perfect, but our ancestors decided to disregard his warning. We have the globe. They're pushing it. And they don't have to believe it themselves. They don't believe the globe. They talk about it all day. Global, global, global. Their companies going global. They do things around the globe, but they don't believe in that. They know that the earth is flat. They know it. And you can too. Take care.